Reviews. Oh, do I have a good one for you this week? It's been a while. But host Ron, and we are going to be talking about the greatest beer run ever. And of course, like always, I always have a surprise in there. We're going to give you the top 5 drinking movies of all. Will it make the list? I don't. Will. Oh, well, you don't yet, and you will know soon. Um, about the greatest beer run ever. I was actually surprised at how much I liked the movie. I thought it was going to be, you know, a stupid kind of movie, a dumb comedy kind of thing. But it was much, much more than that. It was actually deep in into a storyline that you know seemed well. I guess it was a based on a true story. So for somebody to pull off something like this, you got to get it because after I'm done talking, you're probably going to want to see this movie. Um, but we'll find out, right? So let's break it down. Let's talk about the actor. So based on, you know, in this case, it was Chicky. Played, and I got to be honest with you, I didn't even recognize him. I didn't even know it was him in the movie. You know, and kind of with you. And didn't even realize that it was Zac Efron that started the movie. Um, but he was actually pretty good job as Chicky Donahue. Uh, so he this journey bring his friend be in Vietnam during the war. So basis of this movie, and I gave him an 8 for that category, and that is pretty good. That's probably his. This is easily his best movie. Easily, yes, his best movie. Um, so supporting cast, you played him, but mainly one being Arthur Coates. Oh, I had no idea he was going to be in the movie. It's high blossom. That's pretty impressive, seeming you're in the Haven video right now. So Russell in the movie, I kind of went into this blind, and a friend see it. We went to see it. So Russell Crowe played Arthur Coates, reporter for the Vietnam War. Also as well, Bill Murray. He ran out at friends, and then there was Hugh, played by Kevin K. Um, and those three were superb in their performances. Um, Look, I mean, obviously Russell Crowe is a great actor. He's played many actors, Beautiful Mind, etc., etc. Um, there's no doubt that he was going to be good. Bill Murray, legend. You should see just about every movie that he's been in. So Blossassen, I know you're out. You need to see Stripes because that was absolutely hilarious. One of the best comedies of all time. So I gave the supporting cast spectacular from start to finish. Everybody in it was awesome. They were all great. Um, So the story is this kind of reminded me a lot of Saving Private Ryan, but only with get him to go home. Basically, that's what it kind of was. Um, and the screenwriting, the writing, I thought they did a great job on making this work for the movie, and I gave it a 9. Um, when you look up and down the list of these, that's do 10 categories. I've already given you 4 of them. Another category is the production, and I gave it an 8.5. think I think they left a little bit on the table with wartime stuff. They missed out on maybe some explosions and stuff like that that they could have possibly had. But I mean, that wasn't the important part of the movie. But I did give it in production. Um, Background 9.5 because everything been there. Um, and the characters are all good. So they really did a good job as character and as went. The music sound I gave a 9. I thought the because I'm surprised they didn't have some CCR in the movie. Fortunate One. That's in like every Vietnam movie because that's what they constantly played. And when you have a helicopter scene flying around in Vietnam, you almost certainly have to be playing Fortunate One. And they did not, and so I took off 1 point for that. So just saying, you know, I think they should have had that song in there, and they did not. And you know, so the entertainment factor. So throughout this movie, there are some comedy. There's some deep emotions, and there's a lot of other stuff that goes into this movie. And I think as a whole, the entertainment factor, I put a 9.5, which is pretty good because I don't give movies that high of an entertainment factor unless they're really good. And this movie was really good. And I think it dropped signal. So hopefully everybody's still with me there. Um, so so a 9.5 for entertainment factor was excellent. The ending was absolutely superb, and I gave it a 9 for the ending. And look, you're gonna be surprised at the end how it all turned out. And there was some moments in it that were sad, and you're gonna see that. I'm not gonna give any spoilers away, but just be on the lookout for some of those really emotional moments, and there are a few of them, um, including a moment where the light bulb goes on, and he starts getting where he is, and then the watchability. I put an 8.5 because I'm definitely going to watch this again. And I know I could watch this movie at least a few times. And yeah, so all in all, you know, I gave this movie a 90.5. So it is on my must see list. So anything with a 90 or better, you need, and it is a must see. and then is definitely a must see. And so the greatest beer run ever, 90.5. Now, is it going to be on the list of my favorite five movies of you know drinking movies? Favorite five, is it? Well, at number five, I have Strange Brew with Bob and Doug McKenzie. You know, the Canadians, in their beer loving selves. It was a funny movie, kind of a cult classic, you know, cult classic comedy. Number four, Beer Fest. I actually really liked that movie. I thought it was funny, and it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool and funny, and it was definitely a beer drinking movie, named after Beer Fest. So I mean, they were in Germany and enjoying some brews. Um, and I put the greatest beer run ever at number three. Um, it probably has the highest, um, the highest, rating out of all the movies. But I put it at number three because I do like two movies a little better. Um, Even though they're not, that quality writing, acting and all that stuff. But number two, I had Animal House, which is the father of all drinking movies. You know, I mean, John Belushi was in his prime back then, and so the 1978 Animal House was definitely number two, and number one. Believe it or not, I went with Cocktail. Um, Mostly because of Elizabeth Shue. I mean, it's Elizabeth Shue. So, I do like the movie Cocktail, and I mean, like I said, the acting wasn't spectacular in it, and it was just basically a romantic comedy kind of thing. But I don't know if there was that much comedy in it. It was more of a drama, and I just enjoyed the movie because of the characters in the movie. I just enjoyed it, and so I put that one at number one. Um, Although the greatest beer run ever is definitely the highest rated of all the drinking movies. Um, there were others like Drinking Buddies in 2013. What No Beer in 1933. You know, Beer League with Ralph Macchio, and Beer in 1985 with Rip Torn. I mean, most of those movies all stunk. And Coyote Ugly in 2000 also was on the list of those. But definitely the better one might be, out of all the ratings, the greatest beer run ever, 90.5 is the highest out of all of them. And must be, you should see it. So that see us on YouTube at Rhode Island Broadcasting, Twitter at Broadcasting RI, Facebook at RI Broadcasting, and of course Twitch at RI underscore broadcasting. We have tons of different shows, including Folded. We have HavenShine Gaming, the Skeptic Metaphysician, Haunting Live podcast, 5 minutes to Horror Haven, and of course, this one, Haven Shine Reviews. There are others as well, Mindset Talks, and for, for all you folks out in Europe and all across. Of course, we have another new show, Meet the Streets, and that is going to be with myself. co-host Supa. So we're going to be doing that next Monday afternoon at 1 p.m. So be sure to look for that as well. Other than that, I guess we'll see you next time on HavenShine Reviews. Take care.